So guys, this is a, where did you go? Here you are. These are yellow pear tomatoes. They're actually not very acidic and they taste pretty yummy. Now this plant, as you can see, she's looking pretty crappy. It's because I planted in the middle of Florida summer, which is not ideal. And I also kind of forgot to water some stuff. So a good way of keeping the same plant, same genes and everything, as you can see, even in this state, it's very productive. Now I could be doing better if I added water, but so in order to save this plant and also propagate it if you wanted to keep the plant, but as you can see it looks crappy, what we're going to do is we're going to take off the first 6 to 8 inches of the limb and make sure that the top is nice and healthy. Here's another branch that I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly how to cut it. So you get your first 6 to 8 inches, but because there's fruit right here on this branch, I'm going to cut it right above it. That way the fruit can ripen right where it belongs. Here's your nice perfect specimen. Alright, the next step in this is we're going to remove all but the very top leaves. So your next step is going to cut off all of these guys, all the extra, because while you want your plant to produce new roots, you don't want it to focus on anything else. So if there's leaves, it's going to focus on energy on leaves or on the fruit. Ever so gently. Try not to mess up the actual stem itself. Pretty simple, huh? Now you can put this little guy in water, or you can put him straight in the soil. What most people do is whatever works for you. For me, I like leaving it in the water for a little bit where roots are actually nice and healthy before we put it in the soil. But I'm going to show you one of my specimens that I have in the water now for about 1 week. So with our healthy specimen that has nice root system, I'm going to show you what I did for this guy specifically, because I always try something different every time I plant to see what works for me or the plant itself. If you can see, I cut that up and I spliced it, I guess that would be correct wording, and it just gives the stem itself more room for root growth. So this is my potting soil, and as always, it's nice and moist already. And for tomatoes, because they have this prickly hair all over them, of course the camera's not going to focus in. See the hairs? Those all turn into roots. So now that you put your root in your hole, just make sure that your root is nice and happy in there and it has room to grow. Nice and deep. Nice and deep is ideally for tomatoes, just because all those hairs are going to become roots now, and when they become roots, boom, you got a nice healthy plant. Now this is a pretty big pot for it, but it'll get us started, and it is a nice healthy specimen. I cut some other ones earlier and I just put it in here with some water. As you can see, I'm going to save this plant. She's an oldie but a goodie. It's just a pot with water, nothing crazy. I have some other bulbs in there is probably what you see. Here she is. She's beautiful. Now your first watering is going to settle those roots into the soil. So just be nice, don't forget to water so it doesn't end up like my plant. Happy planting.